You know, we pack those things. You have to bring them down.
Right there, one called Green Maple. We're going to feature our drummer right now, Mr. Bruce Zamorsky, on the vocal. He's the recent addition to the band. He's been with us now for about a year. And some of you may know Bruce from 247 Polka Heaven, 24/7 Polka Heaven. He does a show on there every Sunday at 12 noon, the Bruce C. Polka Show. And you can catch him right there on 247polkaheaven.com. So Bruce has been with many bands over the years, Middlesex Express, played with Jersey Polka Richie, and also Bright Sound Express. So we're going to feature him on the vocal right now, and many of you probably crossed the bridge to come here today, right? So if you came from New Jersey, you likely had to cross over the bridge. If you came from New Jersey, you didn't. I'd like to know how you did that. So we're going to do one right now called the Pud Muslim Polka, also known in English as Under the Bridge. Bruce on the vocal.
Jeśli nie weźmie masz cała puszczaka, nie dałam mnie. Nie będę, ja nie będę jeździł więcej dziewczyny. On jest cała puści, teraz stać mi się. Nie będę, ja nie będę jeździł więcej dziewczyny. On jest cała puści, teraz stać mi się. On jest cała, ależ mi nie dała tęczę. Za to mi nie dostała dziewczyn, to nie wiem jak. On jest cała, ależ mi nie dała tęczę. Za to mi nie dostała dziewczyn, to nie wiem jak.
Mr. Kevin Kirschel on the accordion. There you have it. We'll come under the bridge. DJ Bruce Morski on the vocal, and we'll be bringing him up to the mic once again in a few minutes. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on, I want to take this opportunity, and I'll be doing this a couple times throughout the afternoon, to introduce the guys in the band, let you know who's spending the afternoon with you. So, I'm going to start to my right, your left, all the way on the end, a guy that I've had the opportunity to perform with for a couple of decades with various bands throughout our polka career on trumpet, vocals, and once in a while he even plays guitar. So, give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Rick Anton from Milltown, New Jersey.
2 decades, you guys are old.
And then I've actually known this guy, although he's a lot younger. I've probably known him for a couple of decades since he was a real little boy. And my son here, I'll introduce him, but they used to hang out together, and it's great to have some young musicians in our band. So what we'd like to introduce to you, Mr. Adam Anton on trumpet and vocals from Toms River, New Jersey. And a guy that I just introduced, but I will reintroduce you once again, the guy keeping the beat for Dancehall Detour, keeping us on the road, as they say. Mr. Bruce Zaborski, drums and vocals.
Thank you.
And the guy to my left, your right, the guy who was, you saw him out there with the iPad setting up the sound for us. So he's not only our accordion player, vocalist, but he's also our sound engineer, and he's a resident of Pennsylvania. He lives in Bensalem, so he's not far from here. Yeah. Mr. John Borkowski, let's give it up for John. And then behind me on the bass guitar, as I said, this is my son, and believe it or not, I'm old enough to have a son that's going to be getting married. He's getting married in a couple of months in November, and he's also a former USPA Horizon Award winner. He's performed with the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars and has filled in with many bands throughout his, I would say, relatively short public career when you're talking to somebody who's been in the business for 40 years. Brian Courage on the bass. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin Kurgel, and it's our pleasure to be here today. We're really excited about performing here at the Shrine. This is a long-running festival, a great tradition of polka music. It wouldn't be Labor Day weekend without this festival, so let's give the committee and all the people here who have put this festival together a nice round of applause.
Also want to acknowledge Rick Korakowski watching us from down there in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Rick, happy Labor Day weekend, and glad you could join us. Also, all the way from the Chicago area, Donna Stajempa is joining us here on the Facebook Live broadcast. And Donna, thanks for your nice comment on the phone here about the band and the music. And we're glad you're a part of it. And also, happy Labor Day weekend to you too, Donna.
And if you are interested in some Oktoberfest performances, we are playing quite a few in New Jersey this year, so we invite you to come out. Just check out our website, go to the schedule page, and all of our performances are there. We're going to feature Rick Anton on the vocal right now, one of the two Anton brothers in the band, and we're going to change the tempo to an obetic. this time we're going to do one called Should Have Stayed Single. And I'm not sending this out to anybody. Maybe I should send this out to Brian, but I won't do that. So here we go, back tempo, one called Should Have Stayed Single.
Hi, Dan. How you doing? Hi.
One for you called Should Have Stayed Single. Maybe a good place for some people. I don't know. I'm not going to comment. And we're going to slow it down right now. Our first waltz of the afternoon. So if you're not up to dancing a polka, but you want to dance something a little slower, once again, grab your favorite dance partner, and we're going to feature something titled "There's Pretty Girls in Chicago" waltz tempo for you. Something that Little Wally recorded many years ago. Obviously, Little Wally was somebody who had a big influence on the polka music circuit throughout the years, and his music lives on. So we're going to do one right now called "There's Pretty Girls in Chicago." song called There's Pretty Girls in Chicago. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do an instrumental for you right now, and this is a song called the Ukrainian Polka, and I think it's appropriate that we take this time out to remember the people of Ukraine. They're still going through a challenging time, and so we're going to play this in honor of all the Ukrainians out in the world and also here in the United States. So we're going to do a song called Ukrainian Polka. And we're going to send this out also going to the Science here with us. Thank you so much for being with us today here at the festival. And also the Burks. Yes, the Burks are in the house. Instrumentally, we're going to feature John Markowski on the accordion. One called Ukraine.